Good morning. Oh, I see. I had to just update the app. Um, I'm getting my hair done today, actually, at 5 p.m., so it looks a hot mess. And I'm just waking up, so good morning here, Sister Monkey. Hello, Sister Monkey. The wrong side of the video. Say hi, Sister Monkey. Anyway, I just post about this weird dream I had. Oh, hello. This weird dream I had this morning, or this afternoon, or whatever. Um, I actually had to delete and re-upload the TikTok app, so a lot of my drafts, all of my drafts were deleted. I didn't realize that once you delete the app and re-upload it, all your drafts are gone, which is fine. No problem there. Um, but I posted a previous dream. I had a really weird dream about my pastor. He went to Nigeria, and it was a dream about my pastor and Tim and his family, who I've never met a day in my life, and so forth. So I'm gonna have to re-upload that one if I based on memory, because this was like over a week ago, because he left last Sunday. So I'm gonna have to base that on memory. But while I'm fresh in my head, I'm literally just waking up like 15, 20 minutes ago to go to the bathroom and say, let me record my dream. It was a weird dream. And it was basically about me going to YMCA and another zombie apocalypse, even though I didn't see any zombie movies. And I'm not even much into like The Walking Dead or zombie movies. With that said, I guess I was walking and I didn't have a car. Good morning. And so I must have been walking. I didn't have a car, and I was back, I guess, in the layout of the neighborhood was like Onomichi, Hiroshima in Japan. When I lived there, I was in the Japanese exchange and teaching program in Onomichi, Hiroshima, like eons ago. And I didn't have a car. I actually had an international driver's license, but I didn't. I wasn't used. The roads are extremely narrow. A lot of countries, like in Israel and Egypt and Japan, that the roads are extremely windy and narrow, and people are walking, biking, driving on both sides of the road. So yeah, it's like driving in an alley, or it's like driving in a one-way street where people are parked, walking, biking, and cars going both directions in a narrow, winding one-way street. So yeah, it's not easy at all to drive in at all. And not to mention, it was on driving on the opposite side, like in England or Jamaica. You're driving on the opposite side, so it's like confusion upon confusion. So like my boss said, I drive like an OG Sam or grandma. So being that I drive like a grandma, I drive 1 mile an hour. Yeah, I didn't drive. With that said, I walked everywhere, and I used to walk to this place called Tinmaya Sports Center, because I remember my address. Go figure, it's at one on Sinhama Court Kiss Road, on Onomichi, Hiroshima. So it was on Court Kiss Road and Onomichi. Not you. It was like maybe 2.5 blocks from the train station, Onomichi, the Onomichi train station. So I mean, so a lot of times I dream about that layout. So I was walking from behind my, like if you left my apartment and walk behind my house, and you cross this like little bridge or train bridge to the other side of the neighborhood, and then you walk through there and you end up at the Tenmaya Sports Center, which is basically like the YMCA. Even though Japan was the very first time I went to a YMCA, but that was in it wasn't in Onomichi. It was in Fukish. I forgot the name. Not Fukushima. Not at all. And but it was in like Fukuyama. No, it wasn't there either. It was in the next city. You take the train 2 stops away, and I went to the YMCA there, and I took a tap dancing class there. Then I actually taught supposedly African dance class, but it ended up being just Caribbean and Calypso, because at that time I didn't really know. I never took African dance before then. With that said, I was walking. It was like the same direction. I have a lot of dreams about walking back there. I don't know why. Um, but in this dream today, I was walking to the YMCA. I think it was supposed to be in the Troy YMCA, because the parking lot was similar to that, or, but no, it was in, Clifton Park. Anyway, it was one of them YMCA's, um, out in the cut, out in the middle of, whatever. And so I was walking there, and I believe I was walking the back route. I mean, how did I go? And I walked the back route to the YMCA and whatever it was, and I ended up there. And I guess I got there when the class was, whatever was my Zumba. I don't know. The class wasn't going on, or it didn't start yet, or I missed it, or whatever it was. So I was basically there waiting for another class, and I needed to make a phone call, and I didn't have a phone, and they didn't have any pay phones, so of course I'm gonna use the office phone. So I snuck into, I guess, the supervisor's office, and I made a bunch of phone calls, but I had to figure out how to push, like I guess push 8 for outside line, 7 for this, 6, so I had to push for an outside line, and I was calling. I have no idea who I called at all, but I made a phone call to a human, and what was going on? And oh my god, wow! I was on the phone, and then somehow I think the dreams were connected because the earlier dream I had, and I guess I have to make another video for the earlier dream tonight. It was a zombie apocalypse going on. I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I really don't even know why I'm recording it because it's such a weird, silly ass dream, to be honest. But whatever. And I got caught using the phone, of course. And dude was like, "Why are you using the phone?" I said, "Well, I need my ride. I need to get my ride." So he was like, "Well, come on." And somehow I left the manager's office and I decided to get breakfast at the restaurant for, I don't know if I even paid for it. The manager was telling me to come get breakfast. And they gave me a breakfast, but instead of it being in a sandwich, it was a platter. So you had to sit down and eat, which is all well and good. But my ride came, and I couldn't take the food on the ride, and it was a bus. So somehow I said, "Let me drive this bus to park it." So I was driving the bus to park. I could barely maneuver the bus. I didn't know how to drive the bus. I couldn't figure out how to park it. I wasn't trying to hit the cars. Somehow I just barely missed the cars. And I parked the bus, and I ran and tried to get my food into a sandwich to leave. That makes no sense whatsoever. It's the silliest ass dream. I don't even know why I'm recording it. But part of the dream was a zombie apocalypse. And the zombie apocalypse, oh yes ma'am, was, it wasn't even me. It was another family altogether. It was like, I don't know, Middle Eastern family or South Asian Indian family, whatever. And it was a boy and the mom, dad, boy, and youngest brother and older brother. And the older brother, Mucka man, stop it. Okay, whatever. Here, talk to the camera. So the older brother was, I don't know, doing something. And then they were in a house or whatever. And the older brother, then the younger, whatever it was, they would freeze. Oh, probably because I saw a dream about the dog being so scared he would just freeze like a statue. It was, I mean, the video about the poor dog was rescued and he was freezing like a statue. So yeah, the people would freeze, the kids would freeze, like when the first sign of the zombification or the virus was they would freeze like a statue. Oh, sorry, come in. What you must make me do? And then after they froze like a statue, I hate the stupid thing keeps falling out the case. They froze like a statue, and then when they came back to, they were aggressive and murderous, whatever. So the little kid locked himself in the room, but he had a bathroom to the outside, like a joint bathroom. So the mom was trying to get into the bathroom, and he was hiding, and then he was locking her out, and she was trying to break the door down to get into the bathroom. And then a little brother, or the other brother rescued him, and then somehow the mom was cured, and then they were like running for it, and the zombie dream was like, I guess, trying to escape the zombie apocalypse and cure the zombie infection and of people freezing, and then like standing around like a statue, and then coming to and being aggressive and deranged and trying to kill you. And I don't know how that has to do anything with the bus taking me to the YMCA in the next city. But that was my crazy dream. Yeah, I don't know.